Hello everyone, this is the Unspeakable at Interscapes Art Studios. So I have a lot of this yellow. It's diarylide yellow, but it seems to float to the top and dominate paintings, so that is why I put it on the bottom. I try and talk about my process while I'm painting, but I get so engaged in what I'm doing, and sometimes it's really noisy where I am. So there are large periods where I don't talk at all, and that's when I do these voiceovers. And remembering my process in this painting, I was trying to be really simple. In the midst of huge change, which I'm going through, I get a little overwhelmed and things seem to be too much. And it really helps me if I paint simply in those times. Okay, for me the wild card is this blue. It's just so blue, but I'm going to put it on. It will make green with the yellow, I know that. But I don't know what else it will do. Okay, so now we're going to get all of the edges coated. Coating the edges. Okay, well that's kind of fun. Now, how and what are we going to swipe is the big question. I guess I'm going to swipe gold from the middle. On these swipes, I'm just focused because the paper towel actually absorbs some of the paint. And I can find myself pressing down too hard and then digging into the canvas. So it really is a touchy-feely experience. And I like it. I like paying attention to the feel of things. I get a lot of information from that sense. But other than that, I have a lot to do. I'm kind of in a rush. Or not a rush, but I have to be very specific with my movements, and I have a deadline on this painting, a time deadline. And I'm using up paint because I have an inner directive, an intuition to simplify my life. I have paints of all kinds everywhere, and I have a very small studio, and I'm trying to negotiate what that means for my life. And I know I've spoken about that before, but the practicality of stuffing a lot of things in a small space is difficult for me. I'd rather just throw it all out. But I've done that before, and I know that doesn't work either. In light of simplifying, I'm not so motivated to make more stuff. So these paintings now are simply a process for me to witness the inside on the outside. I'm not quite loving this yet, and I do not have a whole lot of time. Even though I don't have a whole lot of time, once I begin my creative process, something is like a pit bull. I grip onto it and I don't want to let go until there is a feeling of stopping or satisfaction. And I've been late for appointments and part-time jobs because I had to do one more thing on the painting. That is another aspect of the simplifying that I am working with, is to be on time and to stick within the time limits that I've given myself. And for me, the creative process, it's endless. I have found infinity in my creative process, witnessed the infinite nature of time in the whole universe, and I can go on and on with paintings. Losing myself in the flow and in the painting is something that I love. Okay, I I think that's all I have time for. I could mess with this for hours, but because there's so many layers of paint, maybe things will surface when they dry. Remembering when I was a child, I would go swimming and I would keep going under and under and under. I'm going to do one more swipe and check the time. I'm pushing it. I really am pushing it. I really don't have the time, but I'm going to do one more thing because I don't like it. It doesn't feel harmonized to me. But the problem is that I don't have a lot of other colors and I don't really want to make them because I want to use this up. So I'm going to do one more swipe with the blue over the purple. I don't like that muddy pink silver in the middle. The yellow and the white underneath is pretty dramatic. And that blue just added a crazy layer here. I didn't get all the way to the side. Get some of this paint off. I don't want to tilt this again. I really don't. But there is a lot of paint on there. One part of me doesn't, and then I do. And that's funny. Actually, I like that better. There's that one crack in the middle where I took off too much paint. So if we can cover that. Well, I think that's better, and really I have to get dressed and out of the house in 20 minutes and cleaned up here. Here's the dry version. And guess what? On the way out of the house, dressed and showered, I swiped through that yellow in the middle and put on some pink dots and a few gold dots, and I like it much better. So this can be hung this way or this way, which is the way that I painted it and the way that I like right now. Let me know in the comments what you think. And thank you so much for joining me. Please subscribe if you haven't. Please hit the like button. Share this if you feel like it. That would help. And I'll see you in the next video.